what's up guys? Today I want to make a little video about some basic sales, right? So I haven't made this video for a long time, and I feel like, I do this day to day pretty much. So here it is. So recently, I've been getting some traction, as you guys seen, as I showed you guys in my endeavors, right? Email, cold calling, both have been kind of picking up. Even email, like I'm so surprised that it's actually starting to work, because first I tried with the whole blast system with proxies and stuff. I wanted to send like a couple thousand emails a week, and that just wasn't working. Don't know why. Probably wasn't doing it properly, but that just wasn't. I didn't get any results from that. And then I was trying the personalized. I'm only gonna send 10 to 15 a day for a while, and that wasn't working. But now it's starting to work with the personalized. So in the future, I'm gonna show you some of the templates that I've been using. But it does work, right? Personalized email, if you get enough information and reach out to the right people, right, you do get the response back, right? So that was kind of broken for me, because I really thought like, no, email sucks, cold calling is the way, or some other way, right? So that being said, now I want to make this video a little bit about just general approaches I've been taking, which has been, I believe, is the reasons why it's been working. Number one is this. So let's get into it. This is, I believe, the the common steps people go through. Okay, common situation they go through before they stop trying to cold call, stop trying to email and things like that. And it looks like this. You get hyped and you start calling or emailing, or whatever your method of getting clients is, you start going out and doing that. And soon you realize that it's, the reality of the numbers game hits you. So you stop. You start getting discouraged because it's not working. You're being at it for a couple of weeks and it's still not getting traction. So you stop, right? Then if you're going to the next step, what will happen is you get really honed into it. Like, okay, I'm going to take notes. I want to see, what some videos on sales, what some processes, and I'm going to try to do that. And that's amazing. That's the direction we all should be going. But the only thing wrong with that is a lot of these steps that we try to follow, they all have like 7 to 8 steps, or like many. Let's just say many, right? They have a lot of steps that has to happen for you to get the traction that you need, and you don't know which one out of those 5 that has to happen is the critical one, if that makes sense, right? Because we're just beginners, right? We're just trying to say like, all right, I tried calling, it doesn't work, so now let me see how to really call. And they will show you, like this guy on YouTube, whatever you search up, they'll show you like, all right, for cold calling, you gotta first, confirm it, qualify the client, all this step. Now you're bombarded with all this information, which you don't have much experience in any one of them, and you're gonna try to do all of them at the same time as if you're gonna get it perfect in the beginning, right? And then it doesn't work again, and we get frustrated. So my main advice, first of all, for whatever your direction is, whatever you're choosing to get new clients, is choose a simple system that you can blame on. Okay, so what I mean by that is, I showed you guys my pitching script. Okay, so if you want to call it a script, it's like 2 sentences, right? It's simple as shit, right? There's not much psychology embedded in. I told you guys the main things I'm trying to get across is that I'm not somebody from overseas. I'm just somebody here who has a process that works, and I just want to show you if it could make sense. Something like that, right? And then they have their guards kind of down. They take a look, and if it does make sense, since they took a look, then we have a chance of getting a sale there, right? So that's my entire thing. Now, one of the reasons it works is not because of the little psychology or how I make them think that I'm unique or anything, but mainly because it allows me to blame this simple system, right? I know it can work, because I have, I've been using it, and I know people get, attracted to it, and I can open people up to future appointments, calls, things like that through it. Since I believe it and it's simple, it doesn't cost a lot of effort in my part to execute it on a daily fashion. Okay, so those are like highlights. Okay, doesn't cost me a lot of mental effort, energy, frustration, or anything like that to execute this kind of simple plan on a daily basis, right? Because that's the main thing, right? If you break down the main factors, let's say the top 3 reasons that's gonna have to happen for you to get success, to get attention from clients, I would say the biggest one is going to be the one that makes it easy for you to continue doing it on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, so you don't stop, so you don't miss days, so you don't get frustrated and give up for big moments of time in a row, right? So yeah, if that makes sense, right? So pick systems, right? I'm not gonna just tell you exactly what to say or anything, because you guys already know my system. It's not the system, it's whatever. Try a few scripts and see which one you can comfortably call with, comfortably email with, and you're not ripping your hair out, right? You feel you're not frustrated with, right? So enough on that. I made that point pretty clear, right? A lot of it matters on how you feel while doing it, right? If you enjoy saying a certain kind of script and there's not so many hurdles put in place, like for example, when I was doing life insurance, right, that script was like about a page and a half, right? Each person I have to take through. Every time I got done with a call, I was like, all right, okay, next one. Because I had to qualify it, I had to do certain things. There were so many little sales that happened within that had to go through for the person to make that appointment. That was needed. It's a big sale, right? I'm getting somebody to commit that I'm gonna go in there and try to sell them their whole family, not even them, him, her husband has to be there, everything, to listen about this life insurance product or whatever it is that I was, getting my foot in the door with. It was a big sale, so that was necessary. But for digital products, it doesn't have to be a huge thing that you have to commit to in the beginning, especially, right? Because it's gonna get frustrating. So yeah, again, I came around and said the same thing again. Choose a script that has 2 to 3 little small sales, right? So the first sale for me is to make sure that they don't think I'm some fucking guy in India cold calling them, trying to sell them on something right on the phone or anything like that, right? So that's like the first sale. You get it what I'm talking about? There should be like 3 max like that until the next step is offered, right? Whether that's an appointment, whether that's I'm gonna send you an email, so watch out for it, or I'm gonna let me call you at this time so I can explain further because this may be a bad time for you, whatever it is, right? And I use all 3 of those. I do use all 3 of those. And yeah, so boom, do it like that. So let's see, I'm trying to keep this simple, but it sounds like I'm going in circles, but I'm really trying to take home the idea, because this is really what it took, this mindset, for me to start being comfortable getting attraction from clients. Why do I keep saying attraction? It's getting traction with my efforts. Yeah. So find that script, follow mine, find that, use any script. Most scripts are pretty good. If you just look it up, follow somebody on YouTube, cold calling script, whatever it is you're using, some kind of email template, and just do that, right? Get a constant thing going. 4 days a week at least. I would say 3-4 days a week. You're gonna spend at least half an hour to an hour doing outreach, right? Calling, emailing, prospecting, and then emailing. Whatever your thing is, set a time for it that you do on a daily basis, right? And soon it will come without much effort. Obviously in the beginning, it's one of the things that gets us, right? Like, okay, I fucking gotta make emails. Like, I'd much rather be doing links, citations, all this stuff. Like, I'd much rather be doing the fulfillment than doing the cold calling and all that stuff, right? But after a while, it becomes part of the schedule, right? So yeah, guys, I mean, I really started the video thinking that I'm gonna give you a step-by-step or something like that, but really this is what it comes down to, right? Picking a system that you believe it could work, and then doing it without getting frustrated, doing it until you do get the results. Because once you start getting it, then it's done, right? Then you believe it, then you don't need to go through all the frustration, because it does work, right? So yeah, try this out, pick something and stick to it in this manner, and put a schedule to it. And then once you have some traction going, only then you can think of the next steps for sales, right? So that would be one of my biggest advices, right? Like, for example, right now I'm just still getting used to my own schedule and everything, and I'm just in the corner thinking about the next steps. So the next steps will be actually making up proper sales right? Me getting a product out there, right? That's my next thing, right? Once I get these clients that I'm working with now on board and they're paying and they're comfortable and they're getting the results and everything, my next thing to improving my sales game is going to be getting a product, right? Maybe like a PDF, something I can take to physically or like email it to them, whatever it is, give some value to them, and I will name the product something, you know, similar to my agency name, you know, but it'll be like one of my key products that I use people that's going to be, you know, a value to them for maybe roofers or whatever niche I choose. But you get the point, right? Don't try to be like that master salesman right from the beginning. You're going to be frustrated, right? It's pretty difficult to nail all those concepts down in the beginning, right? Use something simple, and then once you're one ladder ahead, then going into, you know, sales products, maybe speeches, whatever, you know, you think is going to work from here and forward. I'm going to be, you know, obviously sharing mine. But lastly, one other statement to, you know, really tie it together is like this. In the beginning, don't worry that, okay, all the people we're calling, right? Let's say we call 100 people. 10 of them are on the are like kind of maybes and no's, leaning toward no, kind of maybes looking, okay? Don't think your job is to turn those no's into complete yeses, because that's what like master sales is, right? Make up for the lack of skill you have by having a system that works, right? System of contacting and doing outreach on a daily basis. So make up for the lack of skill you have by activity, as to say, and only focus on getting those guys who are kind of maybe leaning towards yes to make them a yes. Get it? Yeah. So that's a pretty good analogy, you know. I just thought of it. So yeah, don't try to make the no's turn into yeses. That's not your job in the beginning, because it's gonna be very frustrating if you try to do that. That's the job of a master salesman, right? You're just following a simple step to get people who are kind of looking to do marketing, being on the fence, then to follow them through and make them turn into yeses. Hope you got something out of that. Peace.